Okay, so this is an area of the Helix which I've certainly kind of underutilized. I just wanted to show you some kind of ideas with these. These are multi-tap delays. The kind of most prominent user of these that I'm aware of is Alan Holdsworth, and this is what made me kind of take another look at these. Now this preset in general, I've got an auto swell here for the kind of swellier stuff. Then what I'm using is the derailed Ingrid, drive at 1.7, bass 8.1, mids at 5.1. Hair on this for some reason, need to hoover. Then treble presence, channel volume as you see. Then I'm using the 1x12 Fullerton cab with the 87 condenser, high cut at 8 kilohertz default, and then I bring that down for the lead tone to 2.8, and I bring the drive up to 7.7. That was just a little quick thing. But yeah, the real key to this, the multi-tap 4, let me just save this so that I don't lose anything. But yeah, if you bring up the multi-tap 4 by default, you get this kind of thing. And basically what we got here, we got the kind of global time, or the actual time, so you can set this to be seconds or you know, related to your tap tempo. Then feedback, which again is the number of kind of, not number, but the amount of repeats. Diffusion, so normally I would really like the diffusion effect. What this should do, it starts to kind of smear the repeats, but it has a bit of a weird doesn't really do exactly what I'm used to diffusion doing. So I tried this all the way down. You maintain that clarity. You've got a low cut and a high cut, you obviously know what those do, and a mix. And then this is the bit where you've got a bit of maths to do. So T1, this is tap 1 scale. So if we start with everything at 50%, I'll just show you the idea. And then we've got pans as well. So I'm going to pan this one fully right. And then similarly T4 scale. So these are the terminators, aren't they? We know that. T1, T2, T3, and the lesser known T4. Scale here we want 50%. So now what we get is one loud tap. So what I started to experiment with doing was to kind of set a small, so set it to have sort of small differences between pairs, so you get like and then as we set that to have a longer feedback, what you get is a really cool kind of delay matrix. Sorry, we've also got a chorus on here, which I prefer the sound with it off. So this is the settings that I actually ended up with on my multi-tap 4. Feedback at 5, diffusion at 0.3, high cut at 3.8 kilohertz, mix at 35%, T1 scale 50% fully panned to the left, T2 54 fully panned to the right, T3 63% to the left, and T4 86% to the right, and you get that. pretty. And then the other thing is we've got multi-tap 6, which is 6 taps, and it doesn't have the chorus or diffusion settings. And this one, as the name would indicate, has 6 taps. So again, I've got the time at half and the feedback at 43. High cut at 9.6 kilohertz. Then T1 scale 50, T2 52, and they're panned left and right. I kind of treat them as pairs. T3 75, T4 77, and then T5 85, T6 87. So then we get those kind of little tappy things. If we run them in series, you get this beautiful, almost kind of reverb-like wash, and especially if you introduce a reverse delay here as well. I think a really, really beautiful delay tone. Potentially super useful for kind of swells. And also really useful for this kind of thing. So I've got the attack synth from the legacy pitch section. I've got the pitch all the way up 100%, but other than that it's kind of just standard stock settings. Just a perfect way to get these kind of washy kind of soundscape things, and even without the reverb. Kind of has that same effect. So let me know if you want me to drop this preset into the folder. I just think it's quite an interesting way to use these multi-taps instead of kind of these more, I don't know, strange or circular effects. Maybe create like a really dense delay kind of matrix. and pair with this synth for kind of Vangelis inspired kind of. Just really kind of otherworldly, awesome, long, smeary delay tones. I'll catch you in another video soon. Hopefully that was vaguely interesting and, you know, a way to use these delay blocks, which I ordinarily don't spend too much time with, just because, you know, they're a little bit daunting, the amount of parameters in there. But if you kind of view it, you've got that global kind of setup, and then you're just controlling the scale of the taps and where they're panned to, then you can have quite a lot of fun with those, I think. Cheers for now.